Hello, this is Annabelle from Casting. Here is another salmon science class. Today we are going to talk about some human activity that impacts salmon. Find the worksheet we have mailed to you and grab a pen. When you are ready, we can start. Today we are going to play a game together. It's called Salmon Challenges. In the game, you can choose your favorite salmon and guide your salmon upstream to spawn. You will experience the many kinds of challenges that salmon face in their long journey. Some of them are from the nature, although most of them are from human activities. And at the end, you can compare your score to your friend to see who did a better job. You need to use your knowledge of salmon science to play this game. To get you ready, we will need to discuss some important information about salmon to ensure your salmon will survive. Are you ready? From the previous newsletter, we had talked about why water quality is important for salmon. Here are some additional recaps. First of all, salmon are born in fresh water and migrate downstream to ocean, where they spend most of their adult life. To spawn, they swim upstream, back to the river where they were born. Secondly, there are a lot of pollutants that can damage water quality. For example, trash, fertilizer, pesticide, detergent, etc. Salmon need the water to be nice and clean, so preventing those pollutants from getting into the water is very important. Third, siltation describes when there is a huge amount of fine sediments suspending in the water. Siltation is mostly caused by soil erosion. For example, if people cut down the trees on the riverbank, when it rains, the rain washes the sediments, aka the very fine-grained dirt, from the riverbank to the water. This makes the water full of dirt. Salmon don't like that. And the first important things we are going to talk about today is tree logging. Tree logging refers to cutting down the tree, processing them, and moving them for transport. But why do people want to cut down trees? I want to ask you to pause this video for a while and think about it. Please write it down your thoughts on your worksheet and resume the video once you're finished. Now you should have your answer already. Although it might or might not be the same as mine, it's okay. My answer is people can use trees to build houses. People can also burn trees to generate electricity. Okay, now we know people want to cut down trees. Pause the video again and think about, but why is it bad for salmon? Don't forget to write it down on your worksheet. Hint, hint. Salmon need the water to be clean and cool. I don't know if you guys have observed the root of a tree before, but they can be really long and strong. They can go deep into the soil and they are able to hold the soil tightly. If we cut down the tree on the riverbank, the soil can be easily washed into the river, then the water is not clean anymore. Another reason is that in summertime, it's always cooler in terms of temperature. If you can stand in the shade of a tree, then directly exposing yourself to the sunlight. This is true for salmon too. The leaves of a tree on the riverbank provides a natural shade that cools water temperature. This is very critical to salmon. Again, if the tree is gone, the temperature in the river will increase, and the development of salmon might go too fast, resulting defect and death in salmon. Now that we know salmon need tree in the riverbank, how can we help them? Yes, we need to grow trees. There are many tree planting programs that aims to restore the nature area. If you're interested in, feel free to do more research about it. Then, after tree logging, let's talk about stream cleaning. It might sound very good because salmon need the water to be clean, so why not, right? The string cleaning I'm referring to is the process of stripping large wood out of string in order to transport timber from upstream to downstream. So naturally there will be a large chunk of tree floating in the river, like the picture above shows. That is called a logjam. String cleaning removed the logjam so that people can use the river for transportation. Initially, people also thought that removing the logjam will be beneficial to salmon because logjam can be a barrier for salmon's migration. However, it turns out that logjam provide a safe space for salmon to rest and eat in their tiring migration. So logjam are very important for salmon. Engineering and scientists now are studying how to install artificial logjam into the river to restore the habitat. Okay, next we are going to talk about dam installation. Dam is a barrier that stops or restricts the flow of water, and reservoir is the large body of water behind the dam. The water naturally flows from a higher elevation to a lower elevation, so it flows this way. The dam stops the water from flowing downstream, so the water is locked in the reservoir. People can also open the dam when they need to. This might be beyond your knowledge, but could you think about why people need dam? Why do they want to control the water? Also, don't forget to write it down on your worksheet. So my answer is, for farmer, they want a stable supply of water. They can lock the dam to store extra water in the flood season and flush the water in the dry season. So having them is very helpful, right? Also, if you gather a huge amount of water and flush them all at once, this brings a huge energy and people use that energy to generate electricity. My conclusion is dam can be very helpful for humans. Now, please pause the video for a while to think about why my salmon not like dam. Don't forget your worksheet. The dam can be very tall, and salmon cannot magically just fly to the upstream, right? This creates a huge barrier for salmon migration. If salmon cannot pass the dam, they cannot return to their spawning spots. People solve this by installing fish ladder. A fish ladder is a ladder for fish. People install the ladder alongside a dam so that salmon can climb the dam using the fish ladder. Although it can be very difficult for salmon to find the ladder. Another problem can happen when salmon have successfully passed the dam and reached the reservoir. Since the water is basically not moving in the reservoir, some scientists believe that slow water flow results in increase of water temperature, which salmon don't like. Some scientists also think this might affect salmon's navigation system because salmon might rely on the current to navigate. Now you have the knowledge you need to help salmon migrate. Please try your best to help your salmon. I wish you the best.